All right, guys. So figured out the audio. Thanks for being patient with me. Sorry about the issues. Working with different equipment today. I am currently traveling, so really sorry about that. But we got the Tampa Pro Classic Physique prejudging underway. We've got the guys in the just group comparisons at the moment. So we're going to get into the call outs here in a bit. But I will showcase some of these shots as they come in. So right now, first look at Fabione Sylvain. So he's definitely one of the favorites heading into this show. And out of the Dominican Republic, he's already qualified for this Olympia, the Charlotte Pro, which he won. So to me, his condition does not look like it's top tier right now. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he can knock off some of these guys like Zonka. Now, what I will say right here is this group is probably the most interesting to me. So I'm gonna share my screen just so you guys can see this. This group intrigues me the most right here. So these guys are up right now. Um, and what you can see from this is Ben Zimmerman on the far left and Zonka are the standouts in this lineup. So we've got Ben on the far left. We got Zonka there to his right. So second from left. We got Westermeyer to in the center. And we've also got Montre Walter, who won the NPC Junior Nationals overall back in 2023. One of the best rookies, that I think we've seen in a while. Now, what I will say is just looking at these, Ben and Zonka are clearly the two standouts, like especially the size. They definitely like dwarf the other guys in these comparisons. And what I will say is I think Ben compares pretty favorably with Zonka, especially because he looks wider and also just looks he looks fuller, he looks more detailed. And this is just in the front relax. I mean, I'm watching these guys go through the group comparisons and Ben looks fantastic. So Zonka, right there, he's extremely classic. He compares favorably with a lot of the best in classic physique. I think many of you guys have probably also seen those comparisons between Zonka and Chris Bumstead that went around social media, and a lot of people were kind of curious as to why Zonka didn't place higher at the last Olympia. Now, I will say it is highlighted here in this photo right here. It's because of the width. That's the only thing that Zonka doesn't necessarily have like top tier width. He's still very good in his own right, but as you can see here, I think Ben's probably the guy to beat out of this specific group right here, and he also beats Zonka from the back. You will see as well. So we're getting into the individuals right now. So we've got the guys coming out for their individual presentations before we have the call outs. So a lot of these guys going up at first right now are most of the Masters guys. It seems like in this lineup that most of these guys, the heavy hitters and the up and comers, the rookies, are more towards the middle to the end of this lineup. So we're getting a lot of the Masters guys go on right now and doing their individual presentations. But I mean, this lineup is just crazy stacked guys. I'm so stoked to see just how many top tier classic guys jumped into this lineup from all around the world, like Brazil, Ukraine, uh, the Dominican Republic, like you name it, we've got guys from there. So pretty exciting show here in classic physique, guys. So like I said, we're going through the individuals at this moment right now, and pull up this lineup real quick just to make sure I've got guys' names right. So okay, so I see what they're doing. They're making all the Masters guys go first. So all the Masters guys are doing their individuals first, since as many of you guys know who've been following the show, the Masters guys their divisions went yesterday. So this is just open classic physique right now. But a lot of these masters guys jump into both. So, but this group comparison, just highlighting this here, pretty pretty interesting. Where we got Ben Zimmerman, I think is the guy to be out of this few. I'll pull up some of these other group comparisons just to kind of give you guys a look at some of these other guys. I want to get Justin in here as well. We want to see how Justin looks compared to some of these other guys. So here we got the group comparisons. Now we're still working through the individuals, but Justin Batterina looks fantastic from what I'm seeing. And Justin's a guy who has really just been considered on the next up here in classic physique. A lot of people love his structure, including me. I think Justin's just extremely classy. You can see him there on like the far right that his his structure is just so hard to beat. Just given how much width he has up top, he's got great lats, small waist, wide quads, like the vastus lateralis just kicks out super far, and the detail that he has. Like Justin is so structurally gifted. It's really just been a matter of like nailing the final look and then also improving the back. So I will pull up a shot. I think we got a back double bicep in here as well. So I'm gonna pull up that, and I think Justin's back has improved just based on what I'm seeing. So I'll pull up one of those shots for you guys. Here we go. So Justin Batterina again is there on the far right, and just looking at this back double bicep, I think his back has come up like a tremendous amount in terms of the thickness and the detail. That's one thing that I've noticed. He's always had great width, and the thing with Justin is it's really just been a matter of like time because we've known how talented he is, and his condition's always good. The structure's there. It's just a matter of like refinement and really just adding the size where it needs to go because as I showed you earlier, the front shots are just crazy with Justin. And then on top of that, I mean, the dude's just got great detail as well. It's just been a matter of like adding that tissue right in the center of the back. So like adding more traps, more rhomboids, and I think Justin has done that. If you look at him on the far right, this back double bicep looks tremendous compared to what it looked at the Charlotte Pro last year. So again, I think Justin is going to do very well in this lineup. I'll be intrigued to see kind of what things look like in these call outs, standing next to some of these other top guys. I do anticipate, though, that we will see Justin there in that first call out as expected. So Justin Batterina bringing a great look to the stage today. I want to also get some of these shots in here of Fabiani Sylvain. So this is one of the guys who is on paper probably one of the best in terms of structure in the entire division. This guy won the Charlotte Pro this year and is widely considered one of the next up in classic. Like when I pull up this front double bicep, you're going to see exactly why. Just because structurally, he's super, super gifted. He has crazy muscularity to go along with it. And this guy just takes up so much space, so much space. So I'll pull up this shot for you guys. So here you can see Fabiani Sylvain there on the far left. Like this dude, this dude is insane. And I really think it's just been a matter of like nailing his condition and his final look because the dude has all the tools to be one of the top guys in classic, provided that he brings in the proper condition. Now, uh, he's one of those dudes who has just like astounded me with the size and the structure, but like the condition has always kind of left something to be desired, and that's no knock to him, but it's just like one of those things he hasn't figured out quite yet. Particularly in the back double bicep, I think there is just like a little bit of extra, subcutaneous water, maybe in the back and the hamstrings and the glutes and whatnot. But like the dude, as you can see, he doesn't have to be 100% to win shows. Like the Charlotte look that he brought, he wasn't the most conditioned guy in the entire show, but he was the best guy because just overwhelmed everybody with size, structure, like you name it. Dude is just super, super good. So now we've got the Open Classic guys coming out for their individuals. Right now on stage, we got Justin Batterina. So Justin is, like I said, I had him in my top three going into this show, and he might be there. So we're gonna see. I think Justin could do some serious damage in here. I don't know if he'll win this show, but just based off of what I'm seeing so far, I think we'll see Justin there in that first call out. So here is a front double bicep from his individual. Now, I think this is like a really, really good shot for him just because it showcases a lot of his strengths, which are the structure, the ratios. He has great proportions. You can see like everything is super balanced. It flows extremely well. And like like I said, the ratios are on point. The arms to the lats, the waist, the quads, like everything is in the correct ratio. You could maybe nitpick and say he needs a little bit more arms in the shot, just because he's like tremendous in terms of lats. His waist is like crazy, crazy small. That vacuum looks awesome on him, and the quads extremely proportionate. Like the detail and the lines are super crisp, super clean. Really great look from Justin so far today. And like I said, I would foresee Justin probably being in that top five. I had him here in third place heading into this show. So I think Justin could do very well and beat some of these guys who have been to the Olympia. Now I really hope that if it doesn't go his way in this show, that Justin decides to keep on going because I really think this is a winning look. Like he could bring this to a show. There's still, I believe, 6 more weeks to qualify here before the Olympia. So if Justin can just, go to one of these other shows, like I think Justin could win one. Absolutely. So a great, great look from Justin. So right now, in terms of individuals, we got Joe Brightman on stage. And funny thing I just learned today is Joe Brightman. It's not actually his real name. His real name is actually Joe Bridie. I thought it was a nickname this entire time. Brightman is actually his nickname. Bridie is his real name. So that's it's kind of a funny thing I found out. I thought it was just people calling him Bridie and they were like messing it up on the IFBB scorecards, but I guess not. And a guy who I think looks pretty good so far is this Victor Compan Ruiz guy. I'm trying to see where he's from. He's from Mexico. So this guy looks really good. I didn't know if this was a debut or not because I thought he competed in Austria last year. But this guy actually looks really good. I'm going to share a shot if I can find a clean one from his individual right now. He's the one on stage. So, yeah, we'll get a good little front lat spread right here. No, he's got to hold the pose a little longer. Okay, I got an ab and thigh. We'll showcase this. This kid looks really good, man. Like for either a pro debut or a second pro show, I think. Oh, damn it! He didn't hold the pose for long enough. Give me a second, guys. But now we got Alex Connors on stage out of Australia. So Alex Connors is tremendously improved from what I'm seeing. I think he is showcasing a lot of improvements this year. So, um, pretty impressed with Alex Connors thus far, especially in these updates he's posted. Let's see. All right, so this is the Victor Compan Ruiz guy out of Mexico. Here we go. So this guy looks pretty good. Like probably one of the most conditioned guys in the entire show that I've seen thus far. Um, and especially if he's a rookie or just very early on. This is either his first or second pro show. This kid looks really, really good. And I don't think this Avathai does him quite enough justice. He wasn't holding his poses too long, so like this was the best shot I could get of him. I'm gonna get Austin SB in here as well. Austin is on stage right now, and Austin is like one of the most talented rookies that we've seen in classic physique in a long, long time. This guy is crazy, crazy impressive. So I'm gonna pull up some of these shots from Austin here in a sec. But Austin SB is one of those guys like this is his second pro show. He was actually intending on making his pro debut here, but he was ready a little bit early. So he decided to hop in and like he's really showcasing a physique that is years beyond, what he's been competing at in terms of like a pro level. So pull up one of these shots from Austin. His back double bicep looks really, really good. Glutes are in, pianoing through the hamstrings, great detail in the back. Like it's all there, man. I'm gonna pull up this shot. So this is Austin SB right here. This back double bicep is pretty nuts, man. I do think this is probably like his weakest shot, but Austin looks superb, man. Like this kid could do some serious, serious damage. Even in this lineup, man. I wonder kind of what the comparisons are going to look like, but I would be really, really surprised if Austin's not in like the top 6 in this lineup, just given how much balance he has. He's a bigger guy. He's definitely taller. He's like 6'1". He's in the 230s on stage, maybe even like carved up 240, and really, really impressive, man. Just super balanced, great ratios. Lines are good. Like this kid looks way, way beyond 23 in terms of what his talent is. Now, I do think there is one rookie in this lineup who could actually shake things up quite a bit. Just looking at his individuals. So I'm gonna pull him up. This is Mafuz Hawit. Sorry about the pronunciation, but this guy might actually be the he might actually give Austin a run for his money in terms of like best rookie. He's definitely the most conditioned rookie in this lineup. I'm gonna pull up some of Mafuz's shots here. Get this front double bicep. This is a crazy shot. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. All right, so I'm gonna pull up one of these shots from Mafuz Hawit out of El Salvador making his pro debut. Like this guy is crazy, dude. All right, so this rookie is impressing the hell out of me. So here we go. This is Mafuz Hawit. This is a pretty crazy shot. He's definitely one of the most peeled guys in the show. His very first pro show, and I think he could do really well here. Like this could be depending on how he compares size wise. That's the only question mark I have. Size wise, how does he match up next to some of these other bigger guys? Because the details there, the structure is good, and he's absolutely out of his mind peeled right now. Like you can see all the detail, just looks crazy, crazy hard, like granite hard. That's the one thing. He has this like quality to his muscle that is far beyond what you see in most guys making their pro debut. And Mafuz is Like, just he's been peeled, that's the thing. This guy was at stage condition probably 4 weeks out, and he's only improved from that. So, this guy might be the most peeled guy in the entire lineup, which is saying something because a lot of these guys in this show are known for their condition. So, Mafuz Hawit is impressing the hell out of me right now. And we're about halfway through the individual presentations right now. So up now is John Lofthouse out of the UK. So this is his first American appearance. So John's out of the UK. Very, very gifted poser. He works a lot on his posing. Great with the presentation, and he's put on a lot of size in recent years too. Just one of those guys who's worked tremendously hard to get where he is today. Next up, we got Alex Maldonado making his pro debut. So I'll pull up some of his shots as he hits these. This guy is really good too. Structurally, very good. I would say there are other guys in this lineup who might be more structurally gifted, but this guy is full as a freaking house. And in terms of what he brings to the stage is great muscularity and balance. He is a relatively shorter guy. I think he's maybe like 5'8", 5'9". But this guy definitely does not lack any muscle whatsoever. He's got a really good back double bicep that I'll show you guys here in a sec. He looks to be in pretty good shape as well. And, I think that he's a pretty clear top 10 to me just based on what I'm seeing in his prejudging individual. Like in terms of comparisons, I don't think he's going to have any issues there because he definitely matches up size wise, condition wise, got good shape as well. So Alex Maldonado is another rookie that is really, really punching above, his weight right now. So I'll pull up this shot from Alex. So again, this is Alex Maldonado, and he turned pro last year at Junior Nats Class B, and really good poser. Definitely one of the better posers in this lineup, and just hella smooth with it. Like this guy is great at presenting his physique. Now this back double biceps really good. I'm not the biggest fan of when people like push their pelvis back a little bit instead of like squeezing their glutes. But I think this shot looks pretty good on him because he's got so much like mass back there that it works for him. And you can even see like the lines in his glutes, even though he's not like squeezing his glutes per se. So this is a really good shot, man, from top to bottom. Just the top line is really good. The delts and the arms are really crisp, like very good ratios there. Making a very good showcase there of the biceps, putting the biceps slightly over the front delt, which you love to see in a back double bicep and a front double bicep too. That's a sign of knowing how to pose properly, which love to see that. And then on top of it, man, he's got a good thick back. The erectors really shine there too. Good teres and lats as well. And the lower body is crazy too, man. Like the hamstrings, he's pushing out so you can see the quad sweeps as well. And like this is a really good shot for him. Now I'm gonna pull up some of these shots. Fabione Sylvain is on stage right now. So one of the favorites heading into this lineup. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think Fabione's gonna do super well here. Um he might be like fifth or sixth in this lineup. There's a lot of guys where it's like, to me, I think there's going to be a pretty clear top 3 or 4 in this lineup, and after that, I think it's going to be like the 5 to 8 is going to be a lot of shuffling. You're going to see a lot of different looks because you have guys who are really, really in shape, and then guys who are not as in shape but have really, really good structure. Now I'm gonna pull up Fabione Sylvain and just kind of show you guys what I mean. Uh, I don't think he is on today. Now I'll pull up this front lat spread from Fabioni. I love this guy's structure. He's got great mass too, man. But like the thing about Fabioni is like that final look just never seems to come. All right, so I'm gonna pull up a front lat spread from Fabioni Sylvain, just to give you guys kind of an idea of what I'm saying here. I so I think structurally this guy's crazy gifted. Got plenty of muscle. He's one of the biggest guys, if not the biggest guy on stage. But I don't think he's on today. There are guys who are definitely in better shape than he is and can match up with him size wise. So I don't know. I don't know if Fabioni's going to be able to bring this one home. I see him probably somewhere in that like 5 to 6 spot, just based on what I've seen from other guys. Because there are guys who are absolutely on right now. I think Zonka's on, Ben Zimmerman's on, Justin's on. Um, I mean, the list goes on, guys. I think this top five is going to be really interesting. That first call out is coming up pretty soon. So, in terms of where we are in this lineup, so we are on Alexander Westermeyer for the individuals. So after him, we just have Zonka and Ben Zimmerman presenting their individual presentations at prejudging. Just a little 45-second posing, I think. So we will have the call outs here soon, and I'll put those up on the screen for you guys so we get those rolling. So, like I said, Westermeyer just went up. I think Westermeyer is one of those guys who, in terms of shape, is very good, but he's getting outsized in this show. And the group shots that I showed you earlier with Zonka and Ben, so that's just right there. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Zonka doing his individual right now, and Zonka looks pretty damn good. He's definitely going to be top 3 or 4 here. I could see Zonka. I don't know if Zonka will win this show, but he is definitely comparing pretty well so far. So let's see what else we got going. Ben looks really good too. Like I think Ben Zimmerman is right there in that conversation for probably top three, just because in terms of what he's bringing is some of the craziest condition and detail in this lineup, and his posing has gotten quite a bit better over the past year, and that's really the one thing that I think probably held him back in that Texas Pro last year. All right, guys. So we got the first call out coming up. So I'm gonna give you guys that first call out. Give you guys a couple of screen grabs from this, just so you guys can catch this. So again, thank you for joining the live stream, or at least the live updates. I cannot show you guys the actual video, otherwise my channel is going to get taken down. I've uh, had people reach out before just because I have live streams from other stuff and they didn't like it. So um, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're wondering why I'm not actually streaming. So I am watching it, screenshotting it, and giving you guys like all the info of what's going on. So I know it's not like the best thing in the world, but it's what we got to do. Just because if I want to continue covering this sport, I got to make sure I have a channel to do it. So first call out coming up. So here we have Dan Covey Anderson. We got Justin Batterina, Alex Westermeyer. This is going to be a big call out, guys. It's looking like that first call out is going to be like a good 6 or 7 guys. Fabian is in there. Fabian and Sylvain. We've also got Carrillo and Zonka and Ben. So this is basically exactly who I was anticipating it would be. So I'll screenshot this right quick just so y'all can see this first call out. We'll get a front double bicep. They're getting ready to hit the pose here in a sec. Austin SB in there as well. So again, we got an 8-man first call out here in Classic. All right, so Black Panther getting moved in and Westermeyer getting moved out. There might be some more reshuffling too. Justin getting moved in, Austin getting moved out. I have to imagine Zonka's going to get moved in too. Justin getting moved into the splitting center with Fabioni. Oh, Black Panther and Justin splitting center right now. This is getting fun. Zonka getting moved in, Fabioni getting moved out. Ben's there on the end. All right, here we go. Okay. So I think we're gonna get ready to hit that front double. I'll post this first call out for you guys just so you guys can see it. Here we go. All right, so here is our first call out. I'm gonna put this up on the screen for you guys. Side chest coming up. Back double as well. All right. So this is our first call out, guys. Like I said, we got Justin and Black Panther there in the center. This is pretty interesting, guys. I definitely like saw this being the first call out. Now we're seeing a little bit of reshuffling too. Carrillo getting moved out. So Carrillo Kadayev getting moved out. Zonka is getting moved in. So him and Black Panther switching. So now we got Justin versus Zonka here in the middle into an ab and thigh. Okay. Wow, this is pretty crazy, guys. So right now we got Justin and Zonka in the middle. I'm gonna put all these screenshots up for y'all just so we can see what's going on. So here's that side chest. This was before Black Panther got moved out. This is the back double here. So I think this is a pretty telling shot. I think Justin looks really good here. You see Zonka there who just got moved in. They're two to Justin's right. So Justin there splitting center of Black Panther now. Like I said, Zonka actually got moved in. So here's that shot. So Zonka and Justin in the center, and they're running through another round right now. So Justin and Zonka are still holding center right now. So in terms of the guys around them, this shot you see right now on screen, this is exactly where all the other guys are still standing after the round of poses. So we've got these guys standing right where they are. So Justin and Zonka there splitting center. We got Black Panther and Fabioni. I keep saying Fabian for some reason. Fabioni there on the outside. Then we got Austin and Carrillo. And we got Westermeyer and Zimmerman on the outside. So it's looking like Justin versus Zonka right now. So first call out, just you can't see the screen's blacked out. What you mean screen's blacked out? Yeah, can you see? Can you guys see this? It's fixed? Okay. Alri alright, cool. So alright, so second call out right now, I'm gonna pull these guys up. So right now it's looking like Alex Maldonado, uh, Kelvin Okafor, Dom Semenza, Alex Connors, Seth Goss, Mahfouz Hawit, Joe Bridie, and, John Lofthouse. So that's in our second call out, but as you can guys see here, this first call out's pretty dope. So we got, like I said, we got Lester Meyer, Austin SB, Fabiano Sylvain, Justin Matarina, and Zonka both splitting center. Then we got Black Panther. We've also got Kirilo Kadayev, who was my pick to win. He's not winning this show today, guys. But you know what? I've been wrong before, and that's totally fine. And then Ben Zimmerman there on the far right. So Ben was another guy I had in my top five. I don't know if he'll be top five today. Tentative top five, though, what I'm seeing right now is probably going to be Justin, Zonka, Black Panther, Fabioni, and Carrillo. That's my guess. We may see Austin take that fifth spot, but um, I do think this is pretty solidly between Justin and Zonka. They definitely separated themselves in terms of having the best condition along with the best structure here. These guys are just probably the most balanced in terms of all of those things here. So it's going to be Justin versus Zonka for the win. So I'll get this second call out in for you guys so you guys can see it. All right, so I'm gonna pull up that second call out for you guys. So again, I just showed you the first call out, and now let me give you guys that second call out. So here, you guys can see this is our second call out. So we've got on screen, we've got Mahfouz Hawit, Alex Connors, Seth Goss, Alex Maldonado, Dom Semenza, Joe Bridie, Kelvin Ogbobor, and John Lofthouse. So in this lineup, pretty much the story is I think probably the two strongest pro debuts in this lineup coming from Mahfouz there on the far left, and then Alex there in the center left, and then the overseas guys. So we got the two Brits in the lineup. We got Joe Bridie there, who is to Dom's right, so just one outside of center right, and then we got John Lofthouse there on the far right. Those guys looking much improved, as well as Alex Connors out of Australia there, second from the far left. So this is your second call out, guys. And Alex Maldonado is doing pretty well too. He's a rookie, like I said, there in the center left. Made his or he earned his pro card back at Junior Nats in 2023 in Class B. So he's looking awesome, man. Now we got the third call out. I'll be sure to get a screenshot here of this third call out. But right now it's looking like Nick Coe in his classic debut. He's a two-time men's physique Olympian. We got Sergio Ure out of South America. We've got Montre Walter in his pro debut. We've got Victor Pompon Luis. I'm trying to see who this other guy is. I'm not familiar with this other gentleman. Um, Oh, okay. Wow, that's Colin. So Colin looks really tall amongst all these guys. We got Colin Brannigan in his pro debut. We've also got Angel Bahana. Uh, and then these other gentlemen I am not entirely familiar with. These are Masters pros who I don't know if they have Instagram. So I may not know who they are. But I'm gonna pull up this third call out for you guys just so you guys can see. Pull up this little front double bicep. All right, so here's our third call out. Like I said, guys, so our third call out again is um, I don't know the two guys on the far left. I'm really sorry, but after those guys, we got Colin Brannigan making his pro debut. We got Nick Coey, who's making his classic debut again, two-time Olympian. Then Victor Compan Ruiz, splitting center there with Nick. Montre Walter in his pro debut. To Victor's right, we got Sergio Ure, I believe out of Bolivia. And then we've got Angel Bahana. So that is your third call out there, guys. So we're going to probably have another two call outs. That's my guess. So I'm going to go back to some of the shots with the first call out because ultimately I think this is what a lot of us are interested in is these shots from the first call out. So I'll go ahead and share those with you guys in case you guys have not seen these first call out shots yet. So again, this is our first call out right here. So we've got Alexander Westermeyer, Austin Espy, the rookie, who finished third in Chicago last week. We got Kirilo Kadayev out of the Ukraine, who to this point is the highest placing Olympian in this lineup. We've got Justin Baturina, center left. There's Dan Covey Anderson, Black Panther, center right. Gabriel Zancanelli to Black Panthers right. We've got Fabione Sylvain to Gabriel's right. And we've also got Ben Zimmerman there on the far right. So let's see if I can find the favorite classic. I think that's the only shot I'm missing here. Now, something to note here is you see this right here, but Gabriel actually got moved in. Now, I don't have a good favorite classic pose, but we'll pull up the side chest here too. So right now, what it's looking like is it is between. My image is off, bro. Is it still like that? Is blacked out again? Bro, what the fuck is going on? Because it's saying my shit's sharing. Can y'all see my screen? We're good. We're good. All right, cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm literally like, I'm doing this is a shitty ass setup I have today. So apologies. I'm in the middle of traveling and I don't have all my good equipment with me. So like I said, this is our first call out now. What I will say is this is between Justin and Zonka right now. So in this front double bicep, you don't see it yet, but Zonka actually gets moved in. So in the center, what you'll see here. So let's see. We want this here. This is reflective. This shot right here is reflective of what the first call out was truly like. So we had Zonka and Justin there in the center. So those guys are the pretty clear top two right now. So in terms of what we're looking at is I think it's really just the thing is Justin and Zonka probably are just the best combination of like condition, structure, and completeness in this lineup right now. You know, in terms of the guys on the outside, like Black Panther, probably the most gifted guy structurally in this lineup, but his condition isn't on par with Zonka and Justin. And same thing with Fabione Sylvain there on the outside, just to Justin's left. So Fabione Sylvain, great structurally, great muscularity, but his condition is not as good as Justin's condition. So trying to pull this up to make sure I'm following along with the live stream. I'll window real quick. But yeah, I think it's between Justin and Zonka right now. And the shot that I think it might come down to is actually here. Because they're pretty even in a lot of these shots. It's gonna be, man, this is really close actually. So in terms of the shot that I think it might come down to is it's either gonna be the back double bicep or the front double bicep, just because you see different things here. I think what makes it so tough is, as you guys know, with poses, it's not just about what the pose is called, like the body parts. Like, so for example, we have the back double bicep right here. It's not just about the biceps. It is about the shoulders, the back, the biceps, the glutes, the hamstrings, even the calves a little bit. Like this pose, you have to be good from head to toe. And the thing is, Zonka and Justin both have different strengths. If you look at both of these guys, you're going to see that Justin is probably a little bit more conditioned in the lower body. But the thing is, Zonka, I think you could argue has a better back than Justin. Just looking at these, I mean, in terms of the width, it looks like he's opening up a little bit more too. So like this is really splitting hairs, man. I think the judges definitely have their work cut out for them on this one. So let's see what we got here. I do not know why my live stream disappeared. This is tough, boys. It's tough trying to do all this shit at the same time. Here we go. All right. Oh, we got our top four here, boys. All right. So this is fun. All right. Let me pull this up. So our top four is Black Panther, Justin Batterina, Gabriel Zoncanelli, and Fabione Sylvain. So I'm gonna throw these screenshots up, guys. So let's see. This is these shots are going to be a lot clearer than the ones I was just showing you guys, just because they're closer up. So here we go. So this is our top four right now, guys. We got Justin Batterina and Zonka. Like I said, pretty clear 1 and 2 in this show. So hopefully you guys can see this. It's looking good on my screen. Just holler at me, but it's Zonka and Justin battling this one out. So I mean, this is pretty tough because I do think Zonka might have like a slight edge in terms of condition, but I would actually give Justin a slight upper hand in terms of like the structure, because Justin is a little bit wider, so it definitely has like more width up top, especially particularly like with the lat to waist ratio here. So I think it's really close, but like if I had to guess who they're gonna go with, my guess is probably Justin. I think they're gonna go with Justin just because he's just like a little bit more classy than Zonka is. But Zonka could still win this show. I could be wrong, you know. But it's definitely between those two guys. And as you can see, like what it comes down to with Black Panther and Fabione Sylvain, they're both on the side. They're great in terms of like structure and muscularity, but like the condition is not where it needs to be to win this show, especially from the back. Those are the big shots that I think Justin and Zonka really separate themselves. They're just sharper from the back. So I also think, you know, Black Panther, he definitely brought fullness. It's just like I think some of his lines are fading a little bit in the front shots too. But like he doesn't have the best shape out there. You know, I think he looks really good. If he could, man, if he could just nail that condition, like he's right there. Wow. Let's see if they're going to put him through another round of poses. All right. All right. That final call out is done now. So I'm going to throw some more of these shots out for you guys, just so we can kind of talk through these with that final call out, that top four. So here's a side chest. This is a pretty interesting shot too. I think it's really close. To me, this shot is like basically a coin toss. If we're talking who wins this between Zonka and Justin there in the center, you know, personally, I think you could give this to either guy. It's very, very close in this shot. This is not a pose that really separates one or the other. You could argue that Zonka has better detail in the hamstrings and the glutes in this shot just because it looks like he's hitting down on that shot a little bit more. But up top, they look pretty similar. You could say Justin has a little bit more like width from the back shoulder to the front shoulder, but like this is a crazy, crazy close pose. And then I'm gonna pull up the back double bicep. I gotta take another screenshot just because Zonka. I didn't get a good shot of him in that one. So let's see what we got here. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna pull up a back double bicep for you guys. So here's a back double bicep. Now, I think this is pretty close, but the closer I look at this one, actually, I'm actually going to go with, I would go with Justin here, only because I do think Zonka might have a little bit more back thickness. But in terms of the lower body, that's the thing that separates this for me. I think Justin might just be a little bit better in terms of the lower body condition and the detail, especially in the glutes and the hamstrings. Like the lines and the pianoing through the hamstrings and the glutes is what does it for me here. I got Justin in this shot. So let's see what else we got. I'm gonna pull up an ab and thigh for you guys so we can get an adequate comparison of all poses. These guys are moving around a lot in the ab and thigh. I'm trying to get a good shot. Here we go. All right, so pulling up an ab and thigh for you guys. So here with the ab and thigh, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm thinking this one's pretty close again, but just looking at this one, I think the difference here in this shot is probably the quads are pretty even. Like the detail is pretty even between these guys as well as the overall mass in the quads. But I think the biggest difference here is probably the midsection and the lats. The overall V taper makes the difference here for me. I think Justin wins this shot just because the abdominals, particularly like the lower abdominals, are a little bit more dialed in. And then you can also see just if you look at the ratio between the lats and the waist, I think Justin has a little bit better ratios there. So Justin's lats look a little bit bigger than Zonka in terms of like relative to the waist. So I'm gonna go Justin here in this shot as well. Now we'll go favorite classic here in a sec too. I want to make sure we get a good shot of that. Now the thing about the favorite classic pose is it's like one of those things where it's like so tough to judge because everybody's doing a different thing most of the time. But if you're doing the exact same pose, or one guy just has like some sort of crazy standout body part, that makes it a little bit easier to judge. So here's our favorite classic pose right here for that final call out of that top four. And just looking between Zonka and Justin, I don't really think there's like a runaway winner in this shot. This is another toss up to me. I would probably, I think you could make a justification for either one of these guys to win this one because Justin, he's showcasing one of his strengths, which is the width through the lats with a really small waist, broad shoulders. But Zonka also looks fantastic in this shot too. He's got great arms, great quads. The detail is really what shines here, the vacuum looks spectacular on Zonka too. So again, I don't really think there's a definitive winner of this pose, but if we're talking about like adding up all of the poses in terms of what I see, so if we go for pose, if we go front double bicep here, I would say slight edge to Justin, just because again, the lats and the waist make the difference here. Just the proportions are everything. I do think Zonka has better arms than Justin, though. I will say that, and that does make a difference. But I've seen in classic plenty of times where judges have, favored big lats and small waist over having like bigger arms. I don't think arms are quite as prioritized as lats in classic, simply because I think that the emphasis on the V taper is a lot more of the focus from a judging perspective. So in this shot, I'm going to go with Justin Batterina, and we'll pull up the side chest next. So side chest here, I think this pose is a toss-up here. So you could really go for either guy in this shot. I would maybe, I don't really have a favorite here in this shot because they both have different things going for them. I think Zonka wins the lower body, but Justin wins the upper body. I think you could give this to either guy. So we'll call this one a tie. This is a tie in my opinion. So we've got Justin in the front double, and then we got a tie in this shot. So next pose, we'll go back double bicep. So here again, I do think the lats and the lower body make the difference here for me. I think especially in the glutes and the hamstrings, this is where Justin takes this shot. I got Justin taking the back double bicep as well as the front double bicep, and a tie there in the side chest. And here we'll go ab and thigh. This is again, I think Justin's pose, just because he has a more defined midsection and a smaller waist and bigger lats in this pose. So again, that's 3 poses for Justin. And I don't have Zonka definitively winning any poses, but I think there are pretty clearly, 2 or 3 poses where Justin wins clearly over Zonka. Now, this is the favorite classic. I think either guy could win this shot. So I don't have Zonka winning any shots like definitively, but I know for a fact I've got Justin winning at least 2 or 3. So in terms of the way I see prejudging shaking out, I think heading into finals, they'll probably do another comparison between these guys, but I think Justin Batterina is going to win this show just based on what I'm seeing and going pose for pose, and then also knowing how Tyler Mannion judges shows. In terms of judging, I understand what Tyler is going for more than any other judge. I think he and I probably share a very similar vision in terms of like what we see in classic. So in my opinion, I think Justin Batterina will win this show. Zonka is right behind him, though. I think Zonka will be second place. And I would probably actually go with Black Panther here in third. Black Panther in third place for me, and then probably Fabione Sylvain there in fourth place. So this is our top 4 guys. Again, at prejudging, we've got Black Panther, Justin Batterina, and Zonka there splitting center, going for the win. So it's definitely between those 2 guys for the win. And then we've got Fabione Sylvain there on the far right. So those are the updates. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram already, I want to make sure you guys can find me there. I'll be posting all of these photos here on my IG and giving you guys updates. So this is me right here, CPC Bodybuilding, giving you guys all the classic physique updates. I'm doing this for all the shows, man. Giving you guys physique updates, show results, show lineups, you name it. It's on my page. So give me a follow there, guys. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, share this video, like it, comment. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this show. Give me your thoughts on prejudging. But I want to thank you guys all for watching CPC Bodybuilding, the best channel in classic physique. I'm Brant, signing out. Make sure you guys keep it classic. I'll see you later.